3, 2, 1, go. What's good, YouTube? It's your boy King Leo, and I'm back bringing you guys another film session. Today is going to be the Dallas Cowboys offense, my team, versus our arch rivals, who I hate and despise, the Philadelphia Eagles, who we beat on Christmas Eve. So that made it a very, very, very good Christmas. Just warmed me up inside. Made the food taste better on Christmas. Just the whole day, the water tasted good. Everything, man, like everything. This made Christmas. This made Christmas. This game made Christmas. But we're going to get into the breakdown, see some good, see some bad. This was a very important game to us after not playing so well against the Texans and also losing to Jacksonville. So yeah, this was an important game for us to win for our morale, and just in general, just picking up a W. So let's get into it. So you guys know how I do this. I watched the game film a couple of days ago, actually, and then I picked the plays, which I felt like it was something important to talk about. Things that I noticed. So we're gonna get into it. 1st and 10. Now Philadelphia, they're one of the better defenses in the league. We dropped 40 on them though. Dak played a hell of a game. CD played a hell of a game. But 1st and 10. This is one of the first plays of the game on the first drive. Something I noticed whenever they were coming to stop the run is that they were bringing guys in late. So watch this safety 32. See, they kind of don't have like a real heavy box. They got 6 guys in the box, 7 if anything, and then they bring this safety in really late, and he affects the play. Let me see 32 as he just shoots in here late and is able to affect this because we don't really have a guy to account for him with him coming in so late. And also they're going to put this big nose tackle over center all game. We haven't really seen that a lot this year, so we're going to see how that affects us. Now Zach Martin doesn't really get anybody on this play. Could have got that safety, and Zeke might score, to be honest, but it's just the safety comes in so late, he's just not aware of him, and there's no linebacker for him to pick up, which who he's going to get. So we'll just keep noting that. So this another 1st and 10 play. So we're going to go empty here. Let's back this up a little bit. So the Eagles are going to rush 4 on this play, and they're going to give us quarters coverage. So on this, these slot guys come up the seams. He goes to a corner route. The outside corner picks him up. Over here, opposite side, I think this is Noah Brown. He gets picked up by this coverage. So they got one guy in the middle of the field. Now, as we see Michael Gallup on this in route, with it being quarters coverage, this defender is going to run to the flat. So when he runs to the flat, Gallup has it in, and he just passes by it. Now, he doesn't get the ball. Why doesn't he get the ball? It's because of the pressure. Bring this in. So this edge defender, who was lined up really, really wide out here, like he's covering a slot receiver almost. He's out very, very wide. He creeps in here late post snap, goes outside in. Tyron Smith is playing right tackle now, so that's something new on our offensive line. We've had Terrence Steele all year. He's been playing phenomenal, especially in the run game. But we have a Hall of Famer that moves into that role to play right tackle. Been a left tackle his whole career, so it's a slight adjustment for him. But this is chemistry. Him and Zach Martin don't pick this stunt up. They don't pass it off right. So that pressure affects this play. That's why Gallup doesn't get the ball here. So when Dak rolls out, now what happens? So we have Tony Pollard out here by the sideline. Schultz is right here in this little soft spot. So we have 2 guys and 1 defender in that zone. So Schultz makes a very heads-up play in scramble drill. Go up the field, cross this guy's face so he sees you. So then that pulls that defender away and creates all this space for Tony Pollard out here by himself. Dak rolls out, makes a good throw to Tony. Make things happen. Let's put this from the end zone view. Let's key in here on how Reddick jumps in, and Martin just isn't really there because who was that? Fletcher Cox he was handling, I think. Yeah. Still, great job improvising by Dak Prescott and Dalton Schultz. So this is going to be the interception play. This was a heartbreaking play. It was tough to see early in the game. And it wasn't really that. I mean, Josh Sweat made a great play, but this could have been avoided so easily because it's really a great play design. It's executed well. There's play action going right. Schultz is going to chip and then release. We get a guy taking Noah Brown, taking the corner up the field. These guys are all getting up the field. And Dak rolls out. All this space is here for Schultz. He just doesn't get enough air under this ball. Sweat, like 6'4", able to somehow pick that off still. Runs it in for a touchdown. And that's just, I mean, I guarantee you, they practice this play like 100 times, and maybe 1% of the time this is going to happen. And Dak just has to get more air under that ball. So, like I talked about in the very, very first play that I showed you guys, the Eagles are bringing these defenders in late, aggressively playing the run. Back this up. We're going to see Maddox right here. You see how far he is. When CD goes in motion, he kind of travels with him. But when this ball is snapped, this man Maddox is shooting the gap. And again, got the center over the nose. And we really did a great job on this play, moving Fletcher Cox out of there. As we're going to see a double from McGovern and Biotish. Boom, get up on him. Tyler Smith come down. And this is open. You know, Tony's going to have to deal with a linebacker, but he's getting past the line of scrimmage instead of Maddox just shooting in there. And Noah Brown isn't able to come across and just make that play. I'm not even going to ask him to make that play because that's damn near impossible without holding. So that happens there. Something for us to deal with. Now we're going to have to adjust if we see these guys again. I think we should use them being aggressive against them. And it's tough because these guys are flying in here. We need to do some. Dak needs to get the hard count going so he can see who's planning on coming potentially. See if these guys try to run up quick. Just change the tempo, change the pace, see where it's coming from. If we see Maddox want to come off that slot, throw a little quick hot route. Something to the flat, a stick route by the tight end, something to get these guys to stop doing that. As we'll see again, 3rd and 5, the Eagles are overloading here on the right side, showing pressure. We have a bunch to the right, and then CD is going to motion, so we don't see man coverage because nobody's going to even attempt to travel with him. So we only block 5 as Tony swings out of the backfield here. Now, they don't bring 43. I think that's Kazir White, who was lined up on the ball. Instead, they bring the off-the-ball linebacker and the slot Avonte Maddox, along with 3 defensive linemen. And we just don't have nothing hot. Dak doesn't even see the pressure. Dak doesn't even feel it until right now when Maddox is in his face. But with Dak Prescott being a warrior, he's able to keep fighting, finds Michael Gallup. We pick up the first down. Huge play for us to keep the chains moving. But really, like I said, we just need to implement some hard count to be able to get these guys off guard, see where the blitz is coming from. And Gallup was open either way. Like, if this blitz wasn't there, Gallup was open. As we see that crossing pattern kind of gets the Eagles defenders confused. He's wide open. Either way, Dak Prescott fights. He gets the ball to him. We're going to see him come in here late. Yeah, he's just actually unaccounted for. Fight from Dak Prescott. Warrior mode Dak. I love warrior mode Dak. And look, it's like a broken record, guys. It's literally, I'm talking about it every play. I noticed it damn near every play we went to run the ball. They're bringing a safety, a linebacker, a slot defender super late, right before the snap, getting him in here. And we're able to kind of get the block on him, but we're also leaving guys free. And it's just because they're running that extra guy in there, we don't have the numbers to combat that. So watch this defensive end 74 too. He just loops around all of this to be able to make that play. And 72, I want to take a look at this actually. And again, like I said, it's the same thing. They're playing over the center. We could do a little double team action here, but 72 does not get moved. This is a 2nd and 7 play. Sorry if I'm having to like play these for a couple of seconds in, just so I can get refreshed and kind of get a memory of what's going on. I watched the game film a couple of days ago again, so apologize for that. So it's 2nd and 7. So we're gonna get 2 routes here, crossing the slot defender's face from the bottom of the screen, the tight end, and then is this Noah Brown or CD? This is Noah Brown. So they cross his face. Tony Pollard sneaks out. You're going to see the same play later. And now I'm the exact same play pretty much. Tony sneaks through. He runs out here to the flat. Dak gets the ball to him in space. And, let Tony work. Let Tony work. We'll get the ball to Tony Pollard in space. Good things are going to happen. He's one of the best athletes in the NFL. One of the most explosive talents in the NFL. Sucks that he's a free agent for us. I'm going to hate to see him go if he goes. Don't know if we're going to be able to pay him. Really good protection. Whoop. Sit down, Maddox. So no on this play. Know how we've been talking about, they've been putting a nose guard over the center pretty much every snap, every run situation. They don't do it on this play. They just put their guy in the A gap instead of directly over the center. They don't have nobody fly in here late. No safety just jumping in here. No slot defender jumping in here. And what happens? A successful run play. Like we've been pretty good running the ball all year. It's just the Eagles, when they put that nose over the center, they make things so much more difficult for us. And also them playing aggressive. On this play, they don't do it. And we see the success. Big chunk there, almost getting to the end zone. We're going to see it from the end zone view just to get a more in-depth look what happened here. Boom. Zach Martin, Biadasz double team on Cox. Get him turned loose. Also blocking down by McGovern and Tyler Smith on the other interior defensive end. Get him up the field, drive him out of the way. And then we got a lead blocker coming around. This is going to be Noah Brown from the backside. Comes in, picks up Slay. Tony hits it hard. And here we go. 1st and goal on the 1. Easy money for us on this left side. Bring Jason Peters into the game. Another acquisition this season, early in the year. I think we got him before the season started, actually. But just bringing him in with Tyler Smith, all these tight ends, 3 tight ends on the left. We see, boom, Jason Peters. Great block by McQuee, I think that's his name. He's our 3rd tight end. 4th tight end, actually. We got Schultz, Ferguson, Hendershot, and then this guy, McQuee, I think. Boom, meets 22 in the hole. Zeke could have walked in. Now, this is a nonsense play. Kellen Moore special, as he does at least once a game. So this is right after we got an interception. This is going to be 1st and 10. Literally right after we get interception. So Kellen calls a fake reverse flea flicker back to the quarterback, trying to go for the huge momentum swing, hitting a deep ball. But Avonte Maddox just sits on this and ends up getting a sack. Now, could that have been avoided? Yes, we could have called simple football. Just play our football. Also, as we're going to note, Tyler Smith on this play. He's the personal protector of Dak Prescott. We do a really good job getting everybody this way on the backside. Look at CD proud, man. So we weren't going to hit Gallup. They got the 2 deep defenders there. kind of inside outside on him. So that wasn't an option. But let's take a look at CD here. Just kind of slipping through. Boom. Sells hard to the outside. Gets to Darius Slay's blind spot. And then cuts it back across against the grain. Now he's wide open running towards this sideline. But Avonte Maddox out here, man. He just kind of sits on it. Where's he at? Right here. Kind of feels this thing the whole way. Now Tyler Smith could have blocked him. But the way they have this practice is that this end is going to come out here late. And that's who Tyler Smith is responsible for. They probably ran this play 100 times in practice. Tyler Smith did the same thing 100 times. And it was just kind of like muscle memory. Even though I feel like Maddox was the more important guy. He was a bigger threat to stopping this play than Josh Sweat was. So he kind of just turns. He doesn't even really feel or see Maddox. And that blows this play up for us. Let's see if we can take a look at that CD route from here. That man putting it together. That man is putting it together. And I think a little bit of it has to do with the guy that we just brought in a couple weeks ago, T.Y. Hilton, making his presence known on this team in this game. Down here at the bottom, 4th and 8. Eagles are going to play cover 2. So 2 deep safeties. These corners are supposed to be in little like cloud-like zones rolled up. This guy's dropping to the deep middle. But let's just focus here outside. T.Y. Hilton, Darius Slay, one of the top corners in the league. So T.Y. stems inside. He gets a free release. Darius Slay doesn't touch him. He plays outside leverage. And I don't know how he does it because I really can't explain it. Or if it's just on Darius Slay. But he gets Darius Slay biting to the inside. And once T.Y. feels him, he's breaking outside. Gets the holding penalty, trying to run through Darius Slay. That's the illegal contact, holding, PI, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, huge play for us on 4th down to keep, the drive going. Really would have set Philly up in really, really good field position. And it's kind of hard to explain because I don't really know what he does. But he does it. Like, I don't know why Darius Slay got so far inside, knowing that he's playing outside leverage. Like, keep him outside of you. But T.Y. does it. Huge play for us. Can't complain. Can't really explain that. It's just the T.Y. effect. That's what I want to call it. The T.Y. effect. Taking a look at the offensive line here. McGovern is going to get overpowered by, I think this is Hargrave. Just something that I noted. Might have made this throw a little tougher for Dak. See the pad level. Pad level, McGovern is too high. He gets pushed around. Good job not getting a holding penalty, though. So now that we just talked about McGovern in a pass pro, he is our weakest offensive lineman, I would say. He's played okay this year. Definitely the weak link at left guard. Just watched the Tennessee game 2 nights ago. He's going to be moving to center, so we'll see how that goes with Biotish being out. Could be a problem for us having to reshuffle all these guys. But we have the talent. That'll move Tyler Smith in at left guard, Peters at left tackle. We'll get to that in another video. But for this game, here we go. Eagles 5 guys on the ball. 8 in the box in total. Defensive tackle over the center, but this is going to be the problem here at the left guard spot. Boom. Like, that's a blink of an eye. This guy's in the backfield. So what happens, you'll see it better from the end zone view. So McGovern is going to be responsible for this interior defensive end right here. And he just gets too far to this outside shoulder. I mean, he should be driving inside shoulder now. This is a really, really quick move and explosive move off the ball to where it's like, dang, like I probably would have been shocked to see that in real time if I'm McGovern. But you have to be prepared for it. You have to be better technically because he does jump really wide. Like, he should be coming right here to his inside shoulder and moving him this way. But he jumps to the outside shoulder and creates a lot of space for this inside move to work. And that's what happens. He gets into the backfield, brings Tony down. Now we're behind the sticks. Next play we got here, again, 5 guys on the ball for the Eagles. This is going to be 3rd and 6. We have a bunch to the left. Now they show 2 high safety with off coverage at the top of the screen, press at the bottom. So that kind of tells me zone, but the Eagles are man aligned here, so it could be man. So this is something you have to read post snap from Dak, because we see the man alignment, man alignment, man alignment. Now this edge defender could play Tony, or this linebacker in the middle of the field can play Tony, outside corner, 2 high safeties. So with this guy being pressed, these guys being off, it kind of tells me zone, but it's something that Dak has to read post snap. Now they do change from the 2 high safety look to a 1 high safety look post snap, because this safety is going to drop in. Now it is zone coverage, like I thought that it would be, with the one side playing off, the other side playing press. And it looks like it goes into a 3 deep zone. Bradbury's taking this 3rd, middle of the field, and the top of the screen is what we're going to focus on. Slay kind of jumps out wide to the flat, when really this should be your flat defender. Now he gets held by this little stick route inside, but Slay kind of jumps out here and CD's on the corner. So if Slay is not playing that deep 3rd, that's easy money, and that's exactly what happened. Touchdown, finish the play, CD with a spin move, because that safety's not really going to be able to cover 2/3 of the field. Unless you're just like Jesse Bates or like Prime Earl Thomas, like Ed Reed, like those are the only guys I think that are doing that, because he's pushing this way. So I don't expect him to cover middle of the field to the sideline. So I think Slay is really supposed to be dropping back on this and just give this up. His flat defender got drawn inside when the middle guy should have picked him up. But anyways, we'll take it. Good read post snap by Dak. Good recognition, able to get the touchdown. See how the offensive line held up on this play. Really good job. So we seen them struggle with a twist earlier. It looks like they ran another one right here. Good job passing it off. Really, really clean pocket. Great pass by Dak. Good finish by CD. Let's get to the next play. This is me 1st and 10. See, we're on the 24, approaching the red zone. Just want to focus on CD's route running, because I've seen a lot of improvement as the year went by. Early in the year, I'm not going to lie, I was very frustrated with CD Lamb. Some of the routes he was running, effort, drop problems. But these last couple of weeks, like, CD has put it together. And I've always thought he's had the traits to be a top 5 receiver in the league. I'm not going to say, oh, he's the best, because he's not. He's not. I don't even know if he has the potential to be the best, but he has the potential to be elite. He has top 5 potential. He's very, very special. All the traits to be great. And he's finally been putting it together. So I just want to note on this route, boom. Good job winning one-on-one quick against the slot defender. Something I can say, though, I don't like how he drifts up the field again. But good job selling outside. Really close that space. Let's see here. Close that space. Dead leg outside. Come inside. Now he drifts up the field again. And I hate seeing that, because that's a good slot defender. That's going to be picked off. And we see pressure in Dak's face. So it's clutch that CD won really, really quickly. I just wish CD would come flatter. Even though he got the catch, I need him to come flat. You see where you break at? Run on this line. Run on this line. You see, he's going to tail it up the field. Makes it a harder throw for Dak, but nevertheless, they complete the pass, do the nose wipe. Let's get to the next play. So here we go. This is going to be 2nd and 4 play. Eagles going to put 5 guys on the ball. Guy over the center. Like I say, this is how they played us. So 6 guys in the box with this linebacker. Look at this safety. Right? Same thing over and over. Guy over the center. bringing a guy late into the box. Now, that safety doesn't really make the play, but we see the same aggressiveness from Philly. So now we're going to go look at the right side of the offensive line. And I think this is where we're going to miss Terrence Steele, really, in the run game. Like, because Terrence Steele was mauling dudes if the play was going his way, if the play wasn't. Like, Zeke and Tony were running behind Zach Martin and Terrence Steele. And it's not to take away from Tyron Smith. Tyron Smith has missed a lot of time. Tyron Smith is past his prime. Tyler Smith, moving from left to right, a lot of things going on. But, and I think the reason the Eagles can put this guy over the center is because they have the talent to do that. Not every team has a nose guard that's going to run through double teams with so much ease like that and knock them off balance before they even get to the second level. Also, Zach Martin on this play. Zach Martin doesn't usually get shedded that easy. He doesn't usually get shedded that easy. So look at Tyron Smith against Hassan Reddick over here. Doesn't really get any of them. CeeDee Lamb's not blocking him, I'll tell you that. So Tony is running for his life. Really no executed blocks on that play. Really, really poor play. So now we get to 4th and 1. 4th and 1 on our own 34, 35-yard line. Super aggressive call by Mike McCarthy, and they had to play for it, right? So we come out in this formation. I think the whole stadium is thinking sneak. I'm thinking sneak. I'm like, oh, damn, Dak's going to sneak this. That's what the Eagles are thinking. Look at all these guys in here, super tight, covering the A-gaps. Now, we get a motion by this tight end. He gets right behind Dak Prescott. So that even alerts more of a QB sneak coming for Dak to get an extra push. But no, what happens? Boom. Quick pitch out to the right. That tight end, that motion across is the lead blocker. Boom. Gets a good block. Springs Zeke. Huge chunk play in the run game. Probably our best run of the whole day, actually. Just super good design, super good manipulation, really good play call by Kellen Moore, and I'll give Mike McCarthy credit for that. Because these guys are all in the A-gaps here. And boom, Ferguson, Tyron Smith, great double team. Tight end 84, good job sealing the edge. Hendershot leading the way. Ferguson even gets some of them. Gets a pancake block. Great execution on that play. So now we're in the red zone. It's going to be 1st and goal from the 9-yard line. This is another great play design. So what we're going to see is crossing routes here. And this is going to be an incomplete pass. But really it's deeper than that. So these crossing routes here. Boom. Noah Brown is also slipping through from the when he was in tight here. He kind of slips behind the line, gets up kind of like a wheel route to the corner. But this play was really executed really well because the crossing routes is designed to get the Eagles defenders thinking twice. So oh, should we switch? Should we stay? Also getting little rubs, and boom. This play takes 2 of their defenders out with the crossing routes. These guys are on their backs, but 33 right here does an excellent job because his priority is Noah Brown. And as soon as Noah Brown's going, he's calling it out. Crosser. And he kind of just sits knowing something else has got to come to him. As what happens, picks up CeeDee Lamb, able to get a pass deflection, break that ball up. So I love the play call. Now, looking at it from this angle, I think we should add another variant to it in practice for if this situation happens again. So what if they do play this right? What if this outside corner just sits on CD, they switch? What if CD just stops on a dime, pivots inside? There's no safety. There's nobody here. This corner, he's got tons of outside leverage. He's not going to be able to get back to the middle of the field. So I think we should implement that. If there's no safety No middle defender. If the corner plays it well, stays disciplined to his outside leverage, they switch it. Boom, have CD pivot in. Dak just put it on him. It's an easy touchdown. Good play, though, by the defensive back here, 33. Man, this is a big sack. This is a big play in the game. I was so nervous. Shout out to Tyler Biadasz. But 1st and 10 for us. Tyron Smith, right tackle against Hassan Reddick. Like I said, missed a lot of time. Moving from left to right, past his prime. We're seeing it now. There's a lot worse guys that we could have out there playing right tackle with Josh Ball. So I'm happy Tyron is in there. He has to get better, but he's flat-footed. He hasn't played in a long time. Definitely needs to work on this technique going from left to right. Because if you're flat-footed, you're not powerful, you're not athletic. And when you're playing an athlete like Hassan Reddick on the edge, he's going to beat you. No matter if you're a first ballot Hall of Famer, he's going to beat you. Able to get the strip sack. Somehow Philly doesn't bring this down. As we see, they called it on the field, Philly ball, but Tyler Biadasz comes out with it. Super clutch play by my boy right there, TB. Now we're actually gonna skip through this view. This is the very next play. So we're 2nd and 21 now after that happened. So Hassan Reddick just beat Tyron outside. So what does he do the next play? He runs straight up the field, gets him pushing outside, spin inside, forces Dak to run out. Also getting pressure from the left tackle side, Tyler Smith against Josh Sweat. We're going to see Tyler just kind of ducks his head down. Boom. He's in actually a really good position. He just needs to stay square. Stay not standing up. Stay in an athletic position. Like left guard right here. Is that Connor McGovern actually? He needs to be like McGovern is. Instead, he ducks his head down. He's not in an athletic position. Can't see where his hands are being placed on Sweat. And Sweat just rips through and around. They're able to sack Dak. So, really bad rep from both of our tackles. So then we get put in 3rd and 30. Right? What are we going to do on 3rd and 30? You know, I'm going to show you what we're going to do. Let it play. Let it play, coach. Let it play. This man, T.Y. Hilton, he still got ball in him. He still has ball in him. Also, great throw by Dak Prescott. Great throw. Like, he didn't have to break stride. It hit him right over the shoulder. Perfect throw. If one of these other guys made this throw, Mahomes, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, not hate on them guys, but if they made that throw Dak just made, we wouldn't have heard the end of it. But I don't know how Philly gives this up. This is again on Slay, who really had a bad game. You see, they're dropping 4 guys into deep zones. And Slay's eyes are just in the backfield. He's not thinking Dak is going to put this ball over his head. Like, he's like, there is no way Dak is going to throw this over my head. T.Y. runs by him, and Dak sure does. He puts it over the corner and the safety. And for T.Y. Hilton to have the speed to not only run by the corner, but outrun the angle of the safety, that's big for our offense because we haven't had a guy like that this whole season, a guy that can bring us that deep threat speed. And T.Y. Hilton, great contested catch, able to make the play. Huge play for us. Like I said, super accurate throw by Dak. After those last 2 bad reps by our offensive line, we see better. And this is just a perfect throw. Like, you couldn't have handed it to him better, Dak. Dak couldn't have handed it to him better. So now we get down to here, 1st and goal. This is on the 8-yard line. We're going to bring Jake Ferguson across. Gets a little bunch look. And like I said earlier, this is the same play that we got the ball to Tony in space. These guys are all going to cross face, crossing to the opposite way that Tony's coming out of the backfield. Get all the coverage moving to the left. Tony gets into the flat. Dak just has to put a little bit more air. You can't really tell from this angle, but this ball was high. Dak threw this thing just way too hard. Tony has tons of space, put more air under it. Because Tony's head was around. I can't say like, all right, he didn't get his head around because his head is around, right? He's still at the line of scrimmage. His head is around. Dak just puts it on him really, really quick. Probably would have ended up as a touchdown. See, tight ends get running this way. All this coverage gets dragged. Dak just needs to put more air on that ball. So this is a CD touchdown number 2. We're going to see him motion across. This is going to be second and goal. So this is the play after. Motions across. Now Bradbury is playing outside leverage. He has safety help right here in the middle. So CD, he stems outside. Closes a lot of this gap. But Bradbury kind of jumps inside. And I don't know why, because he starts playing outside leverage. He's outside. But, you know what, maybe, actually this is CD attacking the leverage as well, because he's not running straight up the field to run like a corner. He runs at the leverage. But Bradbury does take a step in, so I'm confused on why he did that, because he has safety help in the middle. This guy's staring CeeDee Lamb down. They're doubling him. But when that leverage is negated and we're at even playing field, CD puts that foot in the ground and just bursts. Touchdown. So Philadelphia cornerbacks didn't really have the best game. They kind of gave up plays because that was just poor execution by Bradbury technically. And when you're playing a guy like CeeDee Lamb, he's going to capitalize on that. Score a touchdown. See, we had the ball here in the 21. Now, this is something I kind of want to see a little more. I know what happened. I know what happened a couple years ago against the Giants. But Dak Prescott makes it 11 on 11. Not play action, read option. Boom, Dak keeps it. Dak is a threat as a runner still. We see Sweat crash. Get the lead blocker pulling around. Now, I think rookie season Dak might score there. I think rookie season Dak ain't going to run out of bounds. I think rookie season Dak is going to throw a stiff arm and get in the end zone there. But I want to see this a little bit more added into the offense. I think Dak knows that he's not a young man no more, and he can't just try to run through guys. Dak's smart enough to get down and get out of bounds. So I would trust Dak in these situations more to run read options. Another element to our offense that's been phenomenal to add. Good play, though. Love seeing it. Need more of it. And then last but not least, gotta show y'all my favorite play of the game. Victory formation, especially against the Philadelphia Eagles. Nothing like it. There is nothing like it. But anyways, that's going to do it for this video. If you guys made it this far, I appreciate it. Thank you for watching in general. Like the video. Let me know what else you guys want to see football-wise. Playoffs are coming up, so you know those breakdowns are coming. After the season's over, draft season, looking at prospects, mock drafts, all that type of good stuff. Comment in the comment section. You know I love interacting with you guys. Other than that, I'm out of here. Hope you have a good day. Peace.